Hello. I'd like you just to get comfortable now. Sit comfortably or lie comfortably wherever you are. And once you're comfy, I'd like you just to close your eyes and start taking slow, deep breaths in and out. Now, just closing your eyes as you sit there and relaxing. You can notice how much easier it is to pay close attention to your own sensations, your own thoughts and images that move through your mind as I continue talking. And I can remind you of a time, a memory of quiet comfort and deep relaxation, a feeling of safe freedom and the pleasure of play, where the mind can stay and enjoy that deep smile while paying close attention to the things that I say. And going back to that day, to that way of being, to that way of feeling, that way of allowing the mind to drift along with the pleasure of learning something new. Like how it feels to drift in dreams, where the sweet smell of a rose can pleasure your nose, and the warmth of the sun is absorbed by the mind as you keep on learning just how it feels to allow things to happen. To watch and observe as your unconscious mind begins to allow you to go anywhere at all, to experience it all, as you notice just how easy it can be to drift down completely, to drift in a trance where I can say many different things and you can learn many different things from your own unconscious mind, your own unconscious abilities, those things needed and wanted by you. That's right. Tonight, perhaps tomorrow too, your unconscious can give you a dream, a very special dream, that clarifies the problem, indicates the source perhaps, but tells you quite clearly how to solve that problem now, and each night afterward, until you understand it, until you decide to do or not to do it. That dream can return to you in one form or another, and every day as you go about your business, your unconscious may find something, some thought, perception, awareness, a taste perhaps, or a sensation, or even a colour that seems familiar and reminds you of that dream, reminds you of what your unconscious mind is trying to tell you, until you finally understand and use that understanding for you. And there are different ways of relaxing and taking a trip someplace else. You can watch the passengers pass the time waiting for a train to board. It's plain to see that some are excited, some are bored, and some use the time to see what they can see. Some sleep in their chairs, some watch their watches closely, anxiously wondering when they'll get where they're going, while others relax and enjoy the opportunity to have nothing to do except relax and learn. And it's easy to see, even before the train arrives, who will enjoy the trip and who will worry or fret all the way there. Some pace around, can't sit down, can't sit still, not trusting the engineer to do things right, or the train to stay on track, or their own planning ahead to get them there at the right time or in the right way. Always worrying. Worrying in all ways, whether this is leaning left or right, speeding up or slowing down, and what about that sound? While someplace else another mind sits, passing the time relaxing, thinking things through, or looking out the window at the scene going by outside as the fields and farms drift by the view, where the farmers plough and sow and plan ahead and know that some things can't be helped, that there are some things they can do and other things they cannot. And that worrying about the weather won't make it rain, but that pulling on the reins can stop a horse in time. And so at night they sit back in a comfortable chair and relax, wondering all the wonder of it all, and learn to trust themselves, what they know, what they do automatically. And that person can see all that and more from that view through the image of themselves reflected in the window, relaxed, barely aware of where they are in space and time, or someplace else. Another mind can decide what to do and when, the right way at the right time, for you. To relax and enjoy the view, to do what you can, to look down within and discover how much more there is than there was before to you, within you, to use in whatever way is the right way for you, to do those things needed. That's right. Go ahead and take some time on your own to watch and learn and decide. I'd like you now to let yourself relax more and more. The mind automatically moves forward, those thoughts, ideas, images that clarify most clearly for you the very things you know and do that seem to get in the way. Awareness migrates towards things that need attention, in the same way animals migrate, automatically. Without thinking or trying, they seem to know when to go and where, and what to do to take care of themselves. An inner voice, an inner awareness that moves the birds, the butterflies, the whales, the herds of animals from one place to another, that makes them restless, something not right, but draws their attention towards that uncomfortable feeling and sets them in motion, moving toward a place, perhaps the ocean, an expansive inner space of quiet comfort and effortless relaxation. And they move hundreds of miles, thousands of miles, taking care of their young, taking care of themselves. And everyone thinks that no one really knows exactly how it feels to be an otter or a whale or a butterfly, that suddenly knows the time is right for a change, that suddenly knows the exact change needed. But they do know, and so do know, just like you know, when you are uncomfortable or need something to eat. So we can relax and imagine how it might feel to gradually or suddenly feel that feeling, that inner awareness, that restless recognition, that something needs to change and needs to change now. And we can imagine how it might be to know without knowing what needs to be done, to be told without hearing by that inner voice and inner feeling to do this now. And we can imagine how it feels to have actions flow from those feelings, responding effortlessly, automatically to that inner awareness, that inner knowing that tells us what to do and when and how to do it. We are born with that knowledge. We can trust that feeling, comfortably aware of oneself, one's inner guide, that subtle voice that we too often ignore, that knows what is good for us and what is a mistake. If everything becomes easier, though no one ever imagined that travelling 1,000 miles is easy, but the decision to go takes no effort at all. A decision, a knowing, that is a part of each being that guides and directs automatically toward those things needed. A migration of thought, of awareness, which presents memories, ideas, understandings for you to use, for you. That's right. Even as you relax and the unconscious mind automatically provides that awareness that you can use later on or right now. And allow your mind to recognise that need, that it's maybe time to change, and how that change will look and what is required to achieve that. And take a few moments and allow yourself the time to recognise what needs to change and how that's going to look and how that's going to be incorporated into your daily routine. And that feeling of pleasure and achievement, that feeling that you can achieve, that it's a choice to make changes and take different actions. And when you've recognised that feeling and recognised how good it will be when you finally put that into fruition, then allow yourself to bubble back up towards full waking consciousness. And when you're ready, and in your own time, just allow your eyes to open, feeling refreshed, relaxed, and clear about your journey moving forward.